So, what is this? I know you all probably never saw this vehicle on the road before. It's a new release. This is the Proton e.MAS7, an all-electric vehicle from Proton. It has a 60 kilowatt hour battery, which has a range of just about 470 kilometers, and it can go from 30 to 80% in 20 minutes with a DC fast charger. In terms of power, you have 214 horsepower and 236 foot-pounds of torque at your disposal. And because it's an electric vehicle, you know that torque is instant. In terms of a size comparison that everybody can relate to, it's slightly longer, taller, and wider than a Honda Vezel. And being an electric vehicle, it's also heavier than a Honda Vezel. Up front, you have all LED headlights, so your high beam, low beam, daytime running lights, and your turn signals are all LEDs. And you also have an all LED setup for your turn signal repeaters located under your power folding mirrors. You can also see one of the cameras for your 360 camera located under there as well. You do have flush mounted door handles, so when you lock the vehicle or unlock it, they will either fold out or fold in, just like your power folding mirrors. So right now the door is unlocked, right now it's locked, you see it's flush. When it was unlocked again, it'll pop back out. Pretty cool. In terms of wheel size, you have large 19-inch wheels with what they are calling aerodynamic rims. In the back, you do have a power tailgate, so you press your key fob and you can open it or close it from your key fob. Or if you're close to the vehicle, you can just push the button there and it will close from there as well. So you have multiple ways to open and close the tailgate. You do have an all LED setup at the back, just like the front, and it's not just a flat LED strip. It has some layers there, the way they layered one LED on top of the other. It gives it a kind of three-dimensional look when you look at it up close. In terms of trunk space, you have 410 liters with the rear seats folded up. Obviously, you can fold the rear seats down and get even more space. Added to that, you have underfloor storage, where if you lift up this black mat, it reveals yet another storage compartment at the bottom. And the good thing is that it's all plastic. So if you have something that is wet or may leak, you can throw it in here, and worst case scenario, if it does leak, it's going to be contained to this plastic bin and won't damage anything on top. At the rear, you have rear LED reading lights. You also have 6 airbags in total. So that's 2 for the front, driver and passenger. Then curtain airbags, that's on the 2 B pillars. And then on the 2 C pillars, you also have airbags left and right. You have a completely flat floor. So if you are the middle passenger at the rear, you have nothing to worry about. You're going to be comfortable. In terms of seating, because it's slightly bigger than a Vezel, you have even more room for 3 persons at the rear. In terms of connectivity, you have 2 USB ports at the rear. You have a USB-C on the left and a standard USB port on the right. You have a small pocket below that, and up top, you have rear AC vents. Up front on the door panels, just like the rear, you have soft touch materials everywhere above the armrest. Everything below, you have hard plastics. You do have a fully powered front driver and passenger seat that are both ventilated. Up top on the dash, you have soft touch materials through and through, but you also have your mood lighting that runs in the center of the dash here and along the doors. You have your glove box down below, and up top on the dash, this is a speaker here. You have 3 speakers in total just on the dash alone. In total, the Proton e.MAS7 has 16 speakers, and they go as follows. You have 3 speakers on the dash, 2 in each of the front doors, 2 in the driver's seat's headrest, 2 in each of the rear doors, 2 to the rear of the back seats, and then you have 1 in the trunk. If you have ever heard about sound immersion, this is what it means to be immersed in sound. In terms of your switches, you have 1 touch up down on all 4 glass. This is what I love to see. I love to see 1 touch up down. For your infotainment, you have a large 15.4-inch display. It does rotate, but it does stand out. Once you step into the vehicle, you can tell this is a large screen. Now, because the e.MAS7 has so many speakers, you can precisely control how the song comes out. So you can change different settings, and you will see a graph on the screen showing you precisely where the song is going to come from, which is something Proton does really, really well. Their user interface has an animation or a bright color. For everything that you do, you can tell precisely what is happening. I love the animations. It could be simple thing like changing the road safety settings like I'm doing here. You can just look at the animation and tell what is going on when you click it. Even the air vents, you go into the air vents and you can tell where the airflow is coming from. Proton has one of the smoothest and best animations for an infotainment system ever. It's clear, it's concise, there's no lag. I really love it. And yes, 360 camera. All the usual suspects are here. You can look to the front, look to the side, look from the top down. You can look straight back. You can look straight to the front. You also have a picture-in-picture like setup where you can have the 360 camera top down in a windowed view, and you can be in a completely separate menu separate from that, but still have that on the screen. If you are parking in a really tight spot or you just can't parallel park, you can set the camera to look at both front wheels left and right at the same time, or both rear wheels left and right at the same time. And the animations are so cool that if you are opening or closing the sunroof, you can actually see the animation on screen as well. If you turn the indicators on or off, you will see that reflecting on the 360 camera as well. And this being a Proton, you do get the exact same voice assistant that is found on their other models. Hi Proton, set AC to 25 degrees.
How may I help you? Okay, setting the temperature to 25 degrees.
Hi Proton,
How can I help?
raise driver side window and open sunroof.
Okay, open sunroof.
Now, even though it repeated only the last command, which was the sunroof command, if you listen closely, you hear two distinct motorized sounds. It did raise the driver's side window while opening the sunroof, but for some reason, it only acknowledged the last one and repeated that. Even though I call it a sunroof, it's more like a panoramic moonroof because it goes from the front all the way to the rear seating compartment. It's a large glass roof. You have two cup holders neatly hidden away here, and to the rear of that, on the right hand side, you have a wireless charging pad. Or if you don't want to charge your phone for some reason, you put it to the left and it's not going to be wirelessly charged. You do have a center glove box. It's very deep but not very wide or very long, but it's very deep. It goes down a good way. You do have a heads-up display which sits in front of the steering wheel and projects onto the glass. You have a multi-function steering wheel, and behind that you have an all-colored instrument cluster. Now, I did get to take the e.MAS7 out into the road, drove it around the Savannah up Chancellor, and it drives pretty well. I think this should be Proton's new flagship vehicle because everything they learned from the others, they implemented into the e.MAS7. In terms of pricing, it has an introductory price of $299, and in terms of warranty, you have 6 years or 150,000 kilometers basic warranty and 8 years or 160,000 kilometers on the battery. So tell me down in the comments, what do you think about the new Proton e.MAS7?